Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending from where you're watching us from. These are our faces. And tonight we have two very special matches happening at the same time. This is Oscar, your host, and Alberto is with me again to co-host. Alberto, how are you doing?
All good, all good, all good. Ready to tackle the first races. We are 35 seconds. I will be following Poland versus Italy. And we are 25 seconds to the start of the first race.
And we're going to switch to the race scene. We'll have both races happening side by side at the same time. For the start, with Poland versus Sweden on your left and Italy versus Switzerland on your right. Lefka on YouTube. Hi, so glad I'm 18 in the leaderboard. That is in the top 20. It was my little dream. Glad that you could make it in the top 20. And hope all lucky today's race. Indeed, it's not going to be just luck. It's also going to be skill. A very late start from the Swedish on my side and the Polish. Oh, very far from the start line. A bit weird, and we're starting the race with a 2v2 star on both races. I'm just gonna focus slightly on the Poland versus Sweden.
Same issue with Italy versus Switzerland. So let's see what's going to happen at the first mark. But at the moment, there is a nice battle between Lorenzo and Confluencia. Legern. Lorenzo is attacking to block Confluencia. Confluencia is attacking to block FIV Rock. Lorenzo is slowing down while Quapi is going away, leaving Confluencia in a 2v1 situation.
On my side, not much to say. We have Antila Kila on her own on the left, and Harding and foiled both above Zimusp, the Polish captain. And we'll see how it goes at the mark.
Yeah, probably it's the live. I'm going to end the stream and record it. Okay.
Okay. Approaching the top mark here. Where is Odin? Odin Salen is on the Swiss side of the matchup, so we'll show that in just a second.
Yep.
Why is it so laggy there? So he's talking about the recording of Italy versus Switzerland on the side.
In the meanwhile,
yeah, go for it.
In the meanwhile, Lorenzo catch up with Quapi, penalties here, and FIV Rock give also a penalty to Quapi, and now they're in 1-2 situation. It's still a little bit laggy for you, Oscar.
I'm gonna show it in just a second.
Confluencia and is covering F5E Rock. Lorenzo is taking a little bit of advantage. This one is on the M course, so short downwind here is really important to defend the position. And let's see what is going to happen after that.
Yeah, I think we're at 10 FPS still for yours, and also see that it has been inverted.
At the moment, Lorenzo is waiting for the others. Quapi is going to try to push, while Confluencia give a penalties to FIV Rock on Italy versus Switzerland.
On my side, Harding and Foiled are still on the lead. Zimusp is still very close to them. but still underneath, and Attila and Kila is a bit more behind. The Swedish are still in control of the fleet.
Confluential in control of FIV Rock. Italy is in a 1-4 situation, but penalty from FIV Rock to Confluencia, putting themselves in a 1-3 situation. We are still on the second upwind, the short upwind, but later on we'll have the longest downwind, and that one is where everything will be decided.
Yeah, same over here. We have the two Swedes arriving on the reaching leg, still in the lead with Harding and Foiled. Foiled is closer to Zimus. We'll see if he tries to do a mark trap or anything. But I think his goal is to still go quite fast. But Zimus is right behind, so they can easily wind shadow them, try to slow them down.
At the moment, Italy is in a 1-2 situation, but Confluencia and Quapi are really, really close. And they're running the mark right now. One, two, FIV Rock, Lorenzo going on the left-hand side to defend the right way. Confluencia going fast to the finishing line. So Quapi is attacking Lorenzo at the moment while Confluencia get the lead. Remember, the 2v2 matter who has the last, because who has the last is the loser of the match. At the moment, I would say Switzerland is fighting really well with Lorenzo. They found themselves in a 2v1 situation with Confluencia and Quapi both on Lorenzo, but FIV Rock is not that far.
On Sweden versus Poland, it is very tight at the end as they approach the finish line. The Swedish still in the lead, but and Foiled is hesitating to cross the finish mark, but at the last second, it is a reverse of situation, and the Polish take a 1 and 2. The Swedish take a 2 and 3. A 3 and 4, meaning that the Swedish take this round.
If you can put a picture in picture, we are in the last 150 meters with Lorenzo giving a penalty to Confluencia, but Quapi push Lorenzo in 4th position. At the moment, it is tricky for the Italian as Lorenzo is really far away. FIV Rock is trying to help to give a penalty and let them close in 4. They are all in penalty, Lorenzo and Quapi going to the finishing line, but the point is going to the Italian. 1-3 versus 2-4.
Very nice. We're gonna switch to the
Actually,
scoreboard.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry.
All good. There you have it. So first round goes to Poland in the first race. Let me update as well the scores. So this is a (1-0) here for Poland, not Sweden. My bad. And on your side, it was a win for Italy.
Yep. You should be already able to see it. 1-2 versus 3-4. We are starting at 11. 2011 UTC. And here we have all the 6 players for the 3v3 mixed race number 2.
Looks like my race is going to be delayed.
Okay, I will start it. We are starting race number.
I think you're cutting off, Umberto. Yep. Just a couple more minutes before for the next screen.
Hello, Oscar, I'm back.
Yep, you are back.
We have 1, 2, 3 for the Italian at the moment, but I have problem with the power of my PC. It doesn't have enough to manage everything.
All good, all good.
Did you see any lag spikes? Or was just my computer?
Just your computer. Our race still hasn't started. We have one player who is struggling to join.
Okay. I'm going to show my my screen. Let's hope it's better than the 10 FPS. At the moment, there is a penalty on Luka Kozlovic, but Lorenzo and Sozzi are in the lead.
Okay, so we'll switch to that very shortly.
Should be going a little bit
Just
faster
give us
now.
1 second, apologies.
Lorenzo running the markets first, Sozzi in second, Luka Kozlovic in third, Odin selling in fourth, Yuzu in fifth, and the sixth is HOS. Luka Kozlovic stay behind to cover and block the rest of the team. Odin sailing give us some friendly fire to Yuzu. And this one is an easy 1-2 for Lorenzo and Sozzi, with Luka Kozlovic fighting against Odin sailing. Another penalty now from Kozlovic to Odin sailing. The young sailor from Switzerland is trying his best, but at the moment is a really difficult situation. Lorenzo and Sozzi are going at 12 knots. The fleet behind is in a no-wind zone. We're going at 7. So definitely a lot of waiting needs to be done. This one is in the end course. So you start with a short upwind and finish, have a long downwind in the middle and finish again in a short upwind after that.
My race is still delayed.
Can you show mine? It seems my frame drop is resolved.
Okay, so we're gonna switch to your race.
So as you can see, 1 and 2 are Lorenzo and Sosi in the lead, rounding the mark, while Yuzu or HOS and Odin Sailing are in the back. With actually Odin Sailing fight well against Luka Kozlovic to slow him down, but Luka did his job, slow down the entire Swiss team at the first mark, and now he's getting in 5th position in front of Odin Sailing.
Nice. So I have started my race in the meantime. It is actually race number 2 for you.
Wow, almost a nice block from a nice avoid from HOS of Luka Kozlovic. But Kozlovic hit the boat, and I would say now will be a 1-2-6. If you want to go on yours, mine will be pretty well defined.
We'll switch to my screen then in a few seconds. Let's go. How many races in total? It's going to be 9 races for each of them.
As you can see, Lorenzo and Sosi are closing to cross the finishing line in less than 6 minutes, probably 1 minute more for the last one to complete.
On my
Nice.
side, for the start, we have a good start by the Swedish. We'll see if they can maintain the lead in the previous race. We remember, obviously, the Swedish had the control throughout the whole of the race, and at the last, on the last maybe 20 meters, the Polish managed to take the lead. And reverse completely the situation, which is why it's currently a 1-0 for Poland.
Nice. It's starting really with the best situation, the Poland versus Sweden.
Absolutely, yep. So I'm just fixing some things in the background to make it smoother for after. And Federex says, ciao, Alberto.
Ciao, Fede. We used to be teammate in the Italian team racing championship.
Nice.
How's going Poland versus Sweden over there?
So Poland versus Sweden, we still have a 1-2-3 for the Swedish as they approach the first upwind mark. Zimus takes a penalty from Rommel. And the Swedish are confirming their 1 and 2 position with Rommel, who's going to try to slow down as much as he can the rest of the Polish fleet. Let's go Switzerland, says Nixty. Evening, guys, says Danelaw. I assume the glorious Swiss are beating the Italians. It's currently a 1-0 for Italy. I think they're setting up for the
2-0.
next race, but as soon as they start, the 2-0 for Italy, sorry, as soon as they start, we can show the picture-in-picture race. Either that or the Italians will surrender, says Danelaw.
Yeah. Here
I
we are
don't think so.
preparing for the 4v4 with the J70, with JL, Charizard, Tommy Tumble, and LS7 for Italy. For Switzerland, we have Quapi, Quebec 24, Heimat, and Yuzu. And we started. We are 1 minute and 5 seconds.
Okay. So let's have it on the side. Zimus, but just follow. Thank you for the follow. I see that you're racing, Zimus. Concentrate on your race.
Yeah, he's in the background. In the back.
Marcino taking a penalty from Rommel. Rommel is still doing the work in the background, giving penalties on the rest of the Polish, creating more distance between his teammates and the fleet.
Here we have 20 seconds to the start, so if you can make it a little bit bigger. 15 seconds. The Italian are trying to keep the right-hand side, while the Swiss are trying to defend their position. 5 seconds to the start. Penalty to Tommy Tumble, but seems one Swiss is early. And no, amazing start for Yuzu on the left-hand side, but I believe is a slightly better Italian start here, with LS7 and JL77 in the lead, both on the right-hand side of the racing area. Then we have Charizard in the middle of the fleet, and in the back we have Tommy Tumble in 8th position. 1, 2, 4, 8 is a good situation for Italy and a winning combo, but not a definitive winner. At the moment, they're going all the way. There is a massive left wing shift on the racing area going on, so it doesn't make any sense unless you're covered to tuck and stay on starboard. Heimat tried to go to see if that left wing shift is even stronger, but at the moment the rules are changed, and seems that the Swiss are ahead, with Yuzu and Quapi in the lead, unless the wind is coming back to the right.
On my side, SGR88 is approaching the finish line with foil, still in a 1-2 position, and Tila Kila is the only Polish currently in the top 3, but it's going to be tight with Rommel, and the 1-2 is a winning combo, so this round is going to go for Sweden. Something crazy happens at the end.
Yeah. On the other, here we have Quapi being hit by JL77 by attacking too close. JL77 closing the door and give him a penalty. So at the moment, only Yuzu is in front, and then there are 3 Italians, and then there is Quapi, Quebec, Tommy Tumble, Heimat.
We're going to bring your race in focus, as the next race is going to start in a couple of minutes.
Nice point of view from JL77, and Yuzu start doing a mark trap. She is trying to slow him down, but there are 3 of them, and she is in a really difficult position. But at least Quebec is back. Quapi is back, so at least the fleet is all close. There is no wind. They are in a zone with no wind. JL77 over there. Charizard is going at 10 knots. LS7 now is going at 9, but they have a moment with no wind. with the only one that is a little bit in the back is Heimat. A nice battle between a lot of couples. There is LS7 and Yuzu, there is Kwapi and Tommy Tumble, and Quebec here getting a penalty from Tommy Tumble and avoiding a penalty here. Charizard and Tommy Tumble are fighting between each other for Kwapi. A little bit of confusion in both the team, but the one that is a little bit clearer is the Italian one, that are having 1 and 2, 1 and 3. But Tommy Tumble is covering JS77, Charizard is covered by Kwapi, Quebec is covering Tommy. They should be opening up a little bit more. JS77 still under the coverage of Tommy Tumble. Tommy Tumble going on Quebec, and Kwapi being attacked by Charizard, and penalty for the Swiss. LS7 in fight with the Yuzu in front for the first position. And there is a battle between Quebec and Tommy Tumble here. They're really, really close. Let's see how close they can get. There is no overlap between the both. Now there is. And as you can see, Tommy Tumble has the right of way. There is a battle in front between LS7 and Yuzu. Tommy Tumble give a penalty to Quebec and jibe. Amazing move by the Italians.
Cut you off quickly. 5 seconds to go for Poland versus Sweden in race number 3. Previous round was won by the Polish, so it's currently 1-1 for Poland versus Sweden. And a better start from the Polish with a couple of penalties on the Swedish, 1 penalty for the Polish. We'll see how this turns out.
A master maneuver for the Italian that are in 1-2-3 situation, with the Charizards blocking Kwapi, so they cannot have the 7-8. Nice winning combo for Italy. Almost impossible for the Swiss to come back. If you want to move to yours, feel free to go.
We're going to have both races side by side. Unless you need me to hide your stream.
No, you can show yours. Here is almost finished. Italy have a 1-2-3, and difficult to come back from that.
We'll keep it like this because you're on your last leg, and for my fleet over here, they are approaching the first mark, so it's going to be intense battle on both sides. We'll do our best to commentate on both matches. A penalty for pole 35 given by Seabear. Vari is going to be tacking soon as he approaches the ley line. And Yoko tacks in front of him, but not slowing him down. No wind shadow put on Vari. He is above Dr. Cool, just underneath the ley line, and Seabear currently is on the ley line with by putting a penalty on Korba, who was tacking just in front of Seabear and therefore takes a rule 13.
After an initial slight confusion between the Italians, where Quebec and Heimat get really, really close, they managed to go back to the right pattern of covering the opponents. And with the Charizard in the last position, after getting a penalty, was some risk
involved. You off quickly, we're going to see a mark trap here by Dr. Cool penalizing 2 Polish boats on his mark trap, and it was Seabear penalizing a 3rd Polish boats. So we have Yoko in the lead, chased closely by pole 35. We'll be able to slow him down with the wind shadow, but he then has 2 Swedish behind him to worry about. Behind is going to be Vari and Korba, chased by Sweet Sailor with AKZ just above him. And well, since we're having two games happening at the same time, I'm going to ask the chat, what do you think the outcome will be for Poland versus Sweden? And what do you think the outcome will be for Italy versus Switzerland? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll see at the end who is right. And see that your race is finishing. It's a 1, 2, 3, 8 for the Italians, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the Swiss. So we're going to focus on Poland versus Sweden. And Danelaw, Poland, Sweden could be a close result. I know, that's why I'm asking. What do you think? Will it be a 5-4, a 4-5, 6-3? Currently, it's 1-0. Alberto predicted a 6-3. I'm not going to say for who.
Thank you. I was looking for your silence because if I'm wrong, that would be tricky.
And then Law's going to say a 5-4 for Sweden.
How is the situation at the moment for the Polish? Because it seems that the Swedish are in a losing combo at the moment.
Well, the Swedish have first place, but 3, 6, and 8, and the Polish have 2, 3, 4, 7. But the fleet is very close to each other, so it can really change at any moment. We've just seen a reverse with the Polish taking the lead earlier on in the race. It was the Swedish. So I think we're going to see some fights until the very end. As we see one penalty for one of the Polish, one penalty for Seabear, another penalty for Pole 35. Yoko is fighting in front with Korba, putting a penalty on him. It's that's going to allow Dr. Krul to take second place from Korba. So the Swedish currently have 1 and 2. They're not in 6 and 8. Well, now they're 7 and 8 for a moment there. So 1, 2, 7, 8 is a losing combo in a 4v4. So the Polish want to make sure that the two Swedish stay in 7-8. In 7 and 8, I believe that's a winning combo. And the Swedish will need to try to get one of their either Sea Bear or Sweet Sailor in front of at least one of the Polish. And Zrodimi, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, predicts a 8-1 for Poland.
(8-1) for Poland.
Well, it's technically still possible since it's 1-0 currently. And we'll see if the Polish can take the second race or not. It's still very close.
And we are starting the race right now. 3v3 mixed.
Actually, I don't want to show picture of Pole v Sweden. I want to show the picture of Italy versus Switzerland.
Yeah.
3-0 for Italy, right?
Yeah, correct. Not an easy win, the first one, and not an easy win, the last one, but a nice fight here, but Italy still come back at the end. 30 seconds to the start here.
We're still fighting here as they approach the last part of the course, the last 100 meters towards the finish line. Currently, it's AKZ in first place, Vari in third, 5 for Poland, 6 for Poland again. So I believe that's a winning combo for Poland if nothing changes.
3 seconds to the start. Here we have 3 penalties already. And a penalty, yeah, at the moment is a tricky situation. penalty for Yuzu, penalty for Quappi, Amos, Peppino, Sosi, Lorenzo. This is the start.
So we're going to focus on your match as we prepare the next one for Poland versus Sweden.
Risky dial down for Peppino, not well executed, and penalty get from Amos Di Benedetto. Same situation as the 3v3 before, 1, 2, 3. So probably Lorenzo and Sosi are going to run, and Amos Di Benedetto will do a little bit of mayhem behind. Let's see if I'm right. We have Amos in the first position, trying to slow down Yuzu, and Lorenzo give her a penalty. Sosi is actually the one in the last position, but Lorenzo is going really wide, allowing Sosi to go inside, and keeping a penalty on Yuzu. But Yuzu came out from a penalty and gave it a penalty to Sosi. Before was an easier combination. A couple of mistakes here from Rosalba Sosi, and at the moment is a little bit trickier for the Italians. They still have a 1-3
win for Poland for the last race, with a couple of seconds to go before they can start their race number 4.
Here it's difficult for to understand the racing area. Yuzu is going all the way over there with 13 knots, 13.7 in the middle for Sosi, 13.2 for Lorenzo on the left-hand side of the racing area. Massive left wing shift is coming down. Probably the one in the best position is Yuzu. And that's why she get the second position. At the moment, the Sosi is being attacked by Peppino, that are putting himself and Quappi in a 2v1 situation. Sosi is in the middle. Lorenzo trying to bring Quappi in the mix. So Sosi is freeing Lorenzo. How long for the start?
We're just starting the start procedure, 1 minute until they can cross the start line. Race number 4 started. It's a 2-1 currently for Poland against Sweden, 3-0. You're watching Italy versus Switzerland. Alberto and Oscar, you're doing both matches on your own. We are doing both matches, covering both matches. Indeed. On my side, quickly, it's going to be foiled SGR88 and Rommel for the Swedish, Shidlo Finn, Pole 35, and Attila and Kila for the Polish.
Big problem now for Italy, friendly fire from Lorenzo to Sosi, but Lorenzo is keeping Quappi away because they just need the 5 and they do not need the 6. If they have a 4 and 5, it's still a win combo. I believe it's time for you to start.
Indeed, 3 seconds to go as they approach the start line. I see 2 penalties on the Swedish, another penalty on the Polish for Attila and Kila, and a mixed start for both teams. We have the Swedish coming into the darker wind paths. And let's have the races side by side for a moment.
At the moment is a winning combination for Italy. 1, 4, 5. Yuzu is going strangely away. Probably is want to push Amos Di Benedetto to close to the finish line, and then trying to go back to help, because there is the risk if Amos finish earlier, could be, he do not come back earlier, it could be a problem. But now Quapi have a penalty from Lorenzo. Pepino is trying to slow him down Sosi without much effect. Yuzu is not coming back.
My
So
side,
Amos
they're
burst.
approaching the top mark first. It's going to be pole 35 and Shiloh Finn first ones to arrive in the mark zone. So pole 35 is likely going to try to slow down either Romel or Foiled or both if he can. Forces Romel to go a bit wider, no penalty given by pole 35. And the Polish have a 1-2, but followed by 3 Swedish. Pole 35 manages to put a penalty on Romel in a 3v3, a 1-2 or a 1-3 combo is winning. So currently the Polish are in a good shape with pole 35 trying to slow down as much as he can. The rest of the Swedish fleets puts penalty on 2 of the boats, but by doing so loses his 3rd place, and we now have 2-3-4 for the Swedish, now taking a winning combo. And we're going to focus on Poland versus Sweden in big as Roberto starts or prepares his next race. Start of the long downwind in the end course for the offshore racer in Poland versus Sweden. Shiloh Finn still in first position. I believe this is the first time we see Shiloh Finn in the Nations Cup this year for the Polish team. He missed the mixed fleet race and the group stage, and but is now coming to help out his teammates, his nation, for the knockout stage. Aquila Antila is close to Romel, and they're going to have to get one of their Polish boats into either a 3rd or 2nd position if they want to take the win. Having 2 boats in the 4, 5, 6 is definitely not a position you want to be in. But the Swedish are in control so far. They're creating more gap with Antila Aquila and pole 35, with Romel in the middle of the 2 Polish. So if Foiled 1 and SGR88 can continue to take some distance to the rest of the fleet, and Romel makes sure that he doesn't finish his in 6, I believe that would be a win for Sweden. Foiled hesitating to come back to help out his teammates or not. They decide to leave Shiloh Finn first. SGR88 is going to continue to go towards the mark, but at a slower speed. And Foiled 1 is going to try to lure Antila Aquila in. All of that to help Romel get out of that 6th position. And we saw Shiloh Finn actually waiting for the rest of the fleet, so SGR88 is very close to him. Antila Aquila taking 3rd place from Foiled. Reaching the mark zone first, but Foiled was on the inside, and there was an overlap. So Antila Aquila had to give way to Foiled. And she takes the penalty between pole 35 and Romel. It's going to be Romel taking the penalty from pole 35. So still very close for that 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th position between the 2 teams.
We are starting the 5v5 mixed F50, starting in 50 seconds.
Okay, we will put the picture-in-picture in a few seconds. And you're starting with the F50. Ooh, with the colors, that's going to be it's going to be nice to differentiate.
That's going to be happy. Yeah. 13 seconds to the start. Dark blue for Italy. Aquamarine for the Swiss. 3 seconds to the start. I would say great start for the Italian with Luca Kozlovic, Lorenzo Sosi, Tommy Tambo, and the JL all in the top 5. 6 is Odin Sailing, Heimat, Confluentia, Pempino, and in last position, Yuzu. Mark trap by JL that give a penalty to Odin Sailing and still keep the 5th position. Really well done.
On my side, we're approaching the finish line. Finn takes a penalty just before the finish line, and it's going to allow SGR 88 to cross first. So Finn's going to have to try to put a penalty on one of the Swedish, but it looks like the Swedish are actually going to take second spot as well. So a 1-2-4 for the Swedish, a 3-5-6 for the Polish, and we're going to switch to the big screen for your race, Alberto.
Thank you. We just saw two penalties given by JL to Heimat and Confluencia. Sozi take a penalty. JL give a penalty to Odin Sailing. The situation was much easier before. At the moment, there is some risk that the Italian took. They were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they are 1, 3, 4, 6. Still a winning combo, but really, really less comfortable than before. They do not separate wisely. They all went. They were all packed, and nobody stayed behind to slow the other one down. And that's why the Swiss still have a chance to get. At the moment, Yuzu is in the lead. Luka Kozlovic lost the first position due to a wind shift. Yuzu still seems he can manage to do the mark, but she's actually changing it just to give a penalty to Luka Kozlovic. Really well done by Sandra here. Odin Sailing, though, getting the penalty is not a good things for the Swiss that have a 1, 5, 6, 8, 9. Oof. Not a great combo, but still a winning combo for Italy with 9, 19, 27 points to 28. So as you can see, 1 point only difference between Italian and the Swiss. Probably now there are 2 points with the penalty with the Peppino now is a little bit more comfortable with Yuzu in the lead, then 3 Italians, then JL77 coming super fast, trying to give a penalty to Confluencia, but he didn't manage. He was not close enough. Penalty so far for Sozi again, and she is fighting to take the position over Heimat. JL, nice stuck on the boundary and trying to get as many Swiss behind. Nice, strong right wing shift on the dark patch. Dial down missed here on Heimat. Probably lost his position if Heimat is stacking. Heimat is going really, really deep. And JL can still keep his position. 1927 again to 28 with Lorenzo that is really, really close to Confluencia. Really, really tough here for the Italians. Sozi, nice Lee bow on Heimat. Heimat tried to give a dial down to give her the 13 penalties, but at the moment Italy is in lead.
2 seconds to go on my race before they can start the start line, the race, sorry. And it is a better start for the Polish with Vari and Attila and Kila taking the lead for 1 and 2, but a lot of Swedish coming in fast just above them. Harding, Dr. Krul, and SGR 88. Currently 2v2 for Poland versus Sweden, so they tied up. We were kind of expecting it between these two teams. Attila and Kila taking a penalty at the mark. It is still Vari in the lead, closely followed by Harding, as they are starting to reach that first downwind gate on Poland versus Sweden and on Italy versus Switzerland, as good as they're starting to approach the last reaching leg.
A difficult situation now for the Italians, as one penalty could cost everything, but they managed to give a couple of penalties and the victory is for Italy.
Well done to the Italians. Will that make it a 5-0 therefore for
Yeah, this one was their match point, but they decided they want to go all the way.
Okay, so we're gonna put Poland versus Sweden in big
Yes, please.
to give the next give time for the other race to start. Vari still in first, STR 88 in second, Harding in third, Rommel in fourth. Currently more blues in front, even though the Polish have the first place. Better position for the Swedish overall. Lefka, good night to you too. It was nice seeing you in the chat.
Good night.
No penalties so far at the mark rounding, but we might have after. And Rommel takes a penalty. 42611 takes a penalty as well. I believe that was friendly fire, maybe from for port to 2611. As we're still in a winning position for the Swedish. 1-2-5 is the worst that you can do in a 5v5.
Our starting procedure will start in a few seconds.
Okay.
At 53.
Still very close on my race. Swedish still have the lead and the overall better position, but fleets, the boats are close to each other, so it can be reversed with a single penalty. So we'll see how that happens. They're approaching the half section of this this last upwind. It's going to be half a downwind after that into a reaching finish onto port.
1 minute and 20 seconds for our start.
And that follow the start of Italy versus Switzerland, currently 5-0 for Italy. On the bottom right of your screen for race number 6.
At the moment, the Swedish need to get 1 point, right? It's victory for Poland, 27-28.
How is it? I was going to say the opposites, but it didn't actually count. But you might be right.
1 point.
Yeah, 1 point difference basically.
Total is 55 points, 27 for the win, 28 for the loss.
It's going to be Vari crossing the finish line first by the looks of it. First position is definitely a good position to be in, and a couple more mixes in the end of the year, so it's going to be a tight score.
3, 2, 1, start. Victory knocks out. Great start for the Italian 1-2 with Confluential trying to give a penalty to Luka Kozlovic here. You can see the battle there really, really close. Confluential is laughing up, trying to slow down Luka Kozlovic and trying to give him a penalty to then go much faster.
And confirmation of the score for Sweden versus Poland here. We will tally up the score and I'll let you know the results of it, but we're going to switch to Italy versus Switzerland while we prepare.
I believe it's point for Poland though. FIV Rock and Luka Kozlovic in the lead. Amos Di Benedetto here trying to stop Confluential to bear away in case of Luka Kozlovic getting the position. Victory Knox starting early was really difficult for him, and now he needs to come back. Peppino and Confluential needed to do a little bit more to make sure Victorinox coming back. FIV Rocky in the lead, Luka Kozlovic in second, Peppino close in, no, Amos Bennett in third, then Peppino, Confluential, and Victorinox. 1, 2, 3 for Italy. Really, really interesting, but difficult to come back from such a strong start for the Italians.
And it was actually a win indeed for Poland. So 3-2 for Poland.
27-8. At the moment, Italy have a top 3 position, even if at the moment the right wing shift maybe could give an advantage to Peppino over Amos Di Benedetto on the left. But Amos Di Benedetto is there ready to, he's slowing down Confluencia, and Peppino will be slowed down by Luka Kozlovic. So the Italians have 1, 2, 3 FIV Rock and one between Amos and Luka Kozlovic, creating the mayhem behind and slowing the rest of the Swiss. Actually, at the crossing of the mark, Amos Di Benedetto should be closer. Luka Kozlovic is over there, and he is in charge to slow down the Swiss. Confluencia is the first, as you can see, 1 knot slower than, and 3 knots slower than the rest of the Italian fleet, and now is getting in the lead, giving them a penalty, and keeping the 3rd position. If you want to move directly to yours, I do not believe there will be a lot of emotion. In mine, as Luka Kozlovic is slowing down efficiently the Swiss team, and this one will be resulting on another win for Italy.
Let us know if there's anything worth looking. Currently, we're focusing on Poland versus Sweden. At the start, hard to say which one had the better start. Maybe it's very even.
Yeah, it's even.
Scheidlefin trying to do a dial down and does it successfully on Yoko, putting the penalty on him, but losing a couple of places by doing so. At the top over there, SGR 88 is surrounded by Vari, and Pole 35 Seabear, meanwhile, is above Scheidlefin to try to control it. As SGR 88 tacks over, forcing Vari to do the same.
Who get the first on the 3v3 is really important, and it's really important to do not have the 1, 2, 3 situation, because with the 1, 2, 3 situation, you can have the 3rd one slowing everybody else down, and this one can finish the race much earlier.
While SGR still in the lead, it is the M course, so it's going to be a long upwind, short downwind, short upwind, and long downwind. Very close between Vari and SGR 88. But the rest of the fleet is also quite packed, so no clear winner so far. If SGR 88 confirms her first place, she still has 2 Polish behind. who are likely going to try to slow down the Swedish behind themselves. Even though that first position is strong, they're still very close to her if they want to try to catch her up on the downwind as well with the wind shadow. So we'll see what they decide to do, what strategy they put in place, as Vari is going to try to control Seabear a bit more, seeing that he could not overtake SGR88. So he's going to try to slow down Seabear. As Pole 35 crosses over, SGR88 is going to follow. Vari is going to force Seabear to tack away. Penalty for Pole 35 as SGR88 crosses or enters the mark zone first and puts a penalty on Shidlo Finn as well. Both of her teammates are in 5 and 6, but that did slow the Polish down a bit to allow her teammates to maybe gain a couple meters, get closer to the Polish. The fleet is still very condensed, so a lot is bound to happen in this small downwind. SGR88 continuing her work, putting a penalty on Pole 35, is going to try to stay onto him. As behind, Vari is going to do the same on the Swedish Seabear. Yoko manages to sail away as we see the fight between SGR88 and Pole 35 continues in front.
Here we have finished the race. Victory for the Italians, 6:15, and moving to the offshore for V4.
Nice. So we already know actually that we didn't actually mention this, but the Italians will be playing the Japanese.
No, the French.
The French. Wow, Italy versus France on semifinal.
Yeah.
That's going to be an interesting one to watch. And do we know the date yet for the semifinal? It's slipping my mind.
Saturday.
Next
Not
week?
this Saturday, next week.
Okay.
After the KO4.
Oh yeah, on the same day we have 13 UTC knockout 4 and then 20 UTC the semifinal. So what's happening here? Shidlo Finn is still in the lead, trying to slow down SGR88, but SGR88 is the MVP if the Swedish end up winning this round, because she has been busy occupying the Polish to try to allow her teammates to come back. Vari has been doing his work to try to slow down Yoko and Seabear, but Seabear managed to escape and catch up onto to Shidlo Finn. Pole 35 is still slightly above. As Seabear is going to tack underneath them.
Starting procedure done.
Let's put the small Italy versus Switzerland. You said it was a 6-0, right?
Yep.
On my side, Pole 35 is still in first. SGR88 and Seabear trying to slow down Shidlo Finn to get him out of the top 3. A 1-3 or a 1-2 is a winning combo for a 3v3. Shidlo Finn takes the penalty from Seabear. As SGR88 is going to suffer from a dial down from Pole 35, who was waiting to see what was happening behind and if he needed to come back. And it's going to be SGR88 and Seabear both recovering from a penalty from the Polish. Meanwhile, Vari and Yoko are still trying to catch up. Shidlo Finn picking up some speed by putting out his kite, arriving fast against SGR88, who's going to try to force him outside Fortunately, Shadowfin managed to escape the mark zone. It's going to be SGR 88 taking a Rule 10. Not to worry about too much, though, as Seabear is going to put the penalty on Shadowfin as well. But looks like the Polish did get a nets gain here with Vari suddenly arriving in second place as they approach the finish line.
On this side, Luka Kozlovic and Tommy Tumble in first and second. Quapi is the only one really close that is in third position, and then FIV Rock and Charizard. 6, 7, 8 for the Swiss that they get 2 penalties at the start, and was an easy victory for the Italian at the start. Is it finished over there or still fighting?
It's approaching the finish line, still fighting. There's a lot of changes in the top 3 between SGR 88, Bari, and Yoko. Pole 35 is going to wait to see what happens. Shadowfin is still behind with Seabear further back. And we'll see if the Swedish can put a penalty on one of the 2 Polish, but it does not look like it. Looks like the Polish are going to secure a 1 and 2, meaning a Polish win for this race. Shadowfin takes 5th and Seabear will take 6th.
Here we have connectivity problem for the Italians. Luka Kozlovic lost the control of his boat. And so FIV Rock and Charizard 1, 2. Tommy Tumble is in 4th.
Okay, well, we're going to focus on Italy versus Switzerland as the next race for Poland versus Sweden prepares.
First position for FIV Rock, second for Charizard. And then there is Tommy Tumble there. In 5th. Fighting. But with a 1-2, the Swiss need to put him in the last. Friendly fire between Victorinox and Quapi. Charizard is waiting for Tommy Tumble that is actually managing to get the 3rd position. But Quapi is still fighting against him. Really nice fight. He's going to get the overlap inside and is probably trying to give some penalty, but Victorinox and Quebec are in front with Charizard and FIV Rock. Still keeping the 1-2. Actually, Luka Kozlovic, he is coming back. He is all alone, 2 kilometers behind. Let's see what's going to happen.
Meanwhile, we're going to look at the start of Poland versus Sweden for
Poland is
race.
4, right?
Yep, Poland 4-2. Taking that last race. So match points for Poland if they win this one. They win the quarterfinals and qualify for the semi and are going to encounter Japan.
Yeah. Ooh,
Foiled
Victorinox,
Arigastrana.
double penalty. FIV Rock and Tommy Tumble.
Ooh, nice play by the Swiss then for that.
Heimat getting a penalty back.
Six seconds to go for Poland versus Sweden. in the offshore racer, watch out for the false starts.
Yeah.
With the bowsprits,
Here we
that can
are
happen easily.
on
And
the closing.
false start by Foiled. He has to round the start line again, and it's going to be a better start because of that for the Polish. Shidlofed tried to do a dial down here on
Strangolatore.
Strangolator.
It's an Italian word.
It's an Italian word.
Means the
Strangler?
strangling bluefish.
What?
The ringa is the bluefish, the tiny bluefish.
Okay. Like Dory or like the guppies?
No, not the bluefish. Is like the sardines.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, it seems a victory for the Swiss here, with a penalty on FIV rock. The first Swiss getting in first position. Oh, 1-2 for this one is tricky. It feels 1-2, but definitely is a 7-8 for the Italians. So victory, first point for the Swiss here.
Nice. We're gonna switch over
1, 2,
to
5, 6.
Poland versus Sweden as they approach the first top mark. With Korba and Vari in the lead, but with the whole fleets very close to each other, so it's likely going to shuffle as they enter the mark zone. Well done, Switzerland, says Danelaw. And you confirm therefore a 6-1 for Italy versus Switzerland. On my side, Marcino takes a penalty, Yoko takes a penalty. Poland manages to keep the 1 and 2 position. And if they have the 1-2, they just need to stay away from 7-8.
Yep.
A lot of jibes here done by Foiled, slowing down, trying to get Marcino to come close to him. And that's also going to attract Zavari, who's going to come to help Marcino. As Korba is going to round mark number 3. And Strangolatore is going to take a penalty. So does Yoko, so does Marcino.
It seems they are close to the victory, the Polish.
It's a match point for the Polish. So if they win this one, they win the quarterfinals. So it's going to be last chance for the Swedish to retaliate. They had some back and forth with the first races, and then for race number 5 or 6, the Polish took the 2 wins back to back. We'll see if the Swedish can come back. We certainly
started
hope.
The starting procedure for race number 8.
We certainly hope for the Swedish that they manage to do the comeback, because we want to see more back and forth between these two teams. We want a 4-2-4 for race 9.
Yeah.
As we're going to put Italy versus Switzerland on the bottom right. Foiled first, no, that was Korba, first one who's actually starting his last downwind. The first position is a powerful position. In a 4v4, we see Scheidlofin and Sweet Sailor going very far away, trying to put as much distance as they can. Because having an 8th position is very costful for the team. Foiled 1 takes a penalty, so does Yoko.
Another great start for the Italians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well played to them. It's in the
Ilka.
So on our side here, we have Korba far ahead, about to cross the finish line. We still have fights between Yoko and Marcino, who's going to try to get the puff on the right. Yoko is going to currently ignore him. Strangolatore is going to be on the left over there in a bigger puff, going at 11.6 knots compared to Yoko 9.5. Foiled one and Vari are still very close to each other. As Korba crosses the finish line, Vari takes a penalty trying to avoid foiled one.
If Ariga Strangolatore is getting the second position, it could be interesting.
Yep. Well, I think that's what he's aiming for, though he is easing his sails. And is going to be close to Marcino, who's gaining a lot of meters on him right now. But definitely don't lose that second place, I believe. And he's going to take this. Strangolatore is going to take second place. Marcino is going to confirm a third place for the Polish. Yoko, close to fourth. Foiled one managed to overtake Vari in the end for fifth. And let's see what Swede Sailor can do. He's going to have to try to defend against both Vari and Shidlo Finn for that last position. Takes the penalty himself, so it's going to be a 1-3, 6-7 for the Polish, a 2-4-5-8 for the Swedes. Not too sure what that means yet, but we will have a look.
Do you want to have the answer?
No, let's keep it. Let's keep it.
Okay, jump to mine. First mark, we have Tommy Tumble, Amos Di Benedetto, LS7, and Charizard in the first, fourth position. Then we have Heimat, Victorinox, eSailing, HOVS, then JL77 and Quebec 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for Italy, JL77 in the back, and Amos Di Benedetto slowing down because you need a 1, 2, 5. Is always a winning combo. Amos Di Benedetto started to create a mayhem. HOVS and Victorinox are his first victims, and even JL get the sixth position. Fifth position, Italy is back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if only JL stops here and do a mark trap. Yeah. Penalty for HOVS. No more penalty. Penalty for JL. One, two, three, four. Now Italians are safe and out of the cover of the Swiss. Let's see what JL can do to get some position back. At the moment, he's in 10th position. Really bad position for him, but he's going super fast. Is a pack of Swiss coming here. He's too fast. It's almost eating HOVS in the stern, but he get the position over Heimat. Is getting the inside, but he's getting a penalty. And Quebec is also getting a penalty from friendly fire. Sorry, Quebec 28 4. JL in 8th position. To be honest, eSailing is really close to Amos Di Benedetto due to the left wing shift, but the Italian tried to protect the right. And still a comfortable victory for the Italians, while it's not as comfortable as before.
On my side, well, it is a confirmed win for Poland, winning 5-2, as the start procedure has been given for race number 8 for Poland versus Sweden. And it was 17-19 in that last race. So very close.
Yep. And I know also from whom. Do you want to say it or not?
No, I'm fine. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I know you're fine. Is that people watching that they do not know who is the winner of the last race. So if Poland is going to the semifinal or Sweden still have a chance.
Well, currently it's over for Sweden in terms of reaching the semifinal. Poland winning 5 races means that they qualify for the semifinal. They're going to be racing against Japan. Well, Italy faces France with 10 seconds to go.
Go back to yours. See if here we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 for Italians. So, and we are 200 meters to the finish line. So easy victory here for the Italian for the 8-0. Sorry, 7-1. My bad.
But it is a good start by the Polish. They have more boats in front than the Swedish. And Zimus is the one controlling the fleets on his left. We do have 3 Swedish on the right over there. Harding is going to attack underneath him with 1 Polish AKZ. And let's see what happens. So actually, let's also focus on Poland versus Sweden as Italy versus Switzerland. The race is over.
Yep.
So moral victory for the Swiss by virtue of having the best looking boat color schemes, says Danelaw on the Twitch chat.
Can't agree more.
That was a 7-1 for
7-1 for Italy, yeah.
Italy. As they start race 9 soon.
Yep. They start in less than a minute, 24.
Alex Komor, congrats, Team Poland. Well sailed with some congratulations. Alex Komor racing for the Swedish. And Pimpy from Italy. Alberto, don't jinx, please. The good thing is, even if we tried it now, it's too late for the outcome.
Yeah, exactly.
We can jinx all we want now.
Exactly. So Italy, go for the 8-1. And everybody will start early.
AKZ is the first one to enter the mark zone, followed closely by Matthew. We've seen some Seri Fire here with N. Orn, and who was that, Dr. Cool. But a lot of Swedish, in 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's have the picture-in-picture for Italy versus Switzerland.
Yeah, 50 seconds to the start. Amos Benito, Charizard, and 5-year rock for Italy, Confluencia, Victorinox, and Peppino for Swiss.
Ah, Pimpy. That was mean.
What she said?
She says it's nice to see Danelaw, and only Danelaw, not listening Oscar and Alberto.
Okay, thank you.
We know, Pimpy. AKZ still in the lead, followed closely by Dr. Cruel and Oren Harding. Seabear, Mayhew is close to Seabear, but it's going to take the penalty from Seabear.
I don't know.
And Marcino.
I know you know, but I do not. 3, 2, 1, and almost early start for Amos Di Benedetto. So Peppino is in the lead. Now, FIV Rock is coming at 45.8 knots. Peppino is slower than that. But Amos Di Benedetto is in third position. Tried to give a penalty, but he missed. So Peppino is actually receiving a penalty from FIV Rock, and Charizard in second position. Third position for Amos Di Benedetto, that is in control of Confluencia, bringing him in a no-win zone, while Victorinox going 38 knots. Not a lot of win in this race, but Italy still have the 1-2. Amos Di Benedetto lost his position and is now in the last. At the moment, penalty for FIV Rock by touching the mark, and the game is now open again, because before they were in a 1-2 situation. Really lucky for FIV Rock to come out from the penalty just a few seconds before Victorinox could manage to give him one, and right now FIV Rock seems in a great position, but Peppino is coming back, is getting in the lead over Charizard. Really
On my
nice.
side, they're approaching the last downwind. Dr. Cool and Orn in the lead. 1 and 2 for Sweden. AKZ is going to be third. Harding, Seabear are behind. Marcino and Matthew, recovering from a penalty given by the Swedish, and 42611 are trying to catch up to Seabear. Well, Marcino is trying to catch up to Seabear. Harding is going to be out of the wind shadow of 42611, but Yoko is also behind, trying to slow him down further. Any interesting duels that we can see? Zimusp is very far behind. I'm just realizing that.
It's crazy now how Peppino is in the lead, but the rest of the Swiss are in trouble. Penalty for FIV Rock. Friendly fire from Charizard. Even with that penalty, the Swiss do not manage to get a position over.
And it's going to be a 1-2 confirmed for the Swedish, 3-4 for the Polish, 4-5, sorry, 5-6 for the Swedish. Matthew's going to take 7, 4-2-6-1 is going to take 8. Yok is going to take 9, and Zimusp arriving now on the finish line.
Charizard,
Thank you. Well done, Poland. Congratulations. Sweden is very strong, but you played very well, says Pimpy. And we're going to focus on your Italy versus Switzerland as we prepare the rest for Poland versus Sweden.
Peppino is in the lead, but Victorinox and Confluence are in 5 and 6 position. They just need to catch one position in the back, and here there is a mass amount of Italians there. Could be trouble, could be everything is good, but at the moment Confluencia and Victorinox cannot get one more position from the Italians. Difficult moment now for Amos Di Benedetto, going almost 5 knots slower than Victorinox. Nice lead bow for Amos Di Benedetto. There's no space for Confluencia to pass, and is forced on a massive dial down. Amos Di Benedetto attacking again. Confluencia all the way to the right. Amos Di Benedetto going almost 2 knots faster. Penalty for FIV Rock. Well done. Penalty for Victorinox. That went over the boundaries. Seems his disconnection. They were so close. They were really close to get a position. Now Confluencia is in the pickle as Charizard is slowing him down really effectively, and Victorinox is almost 200 meters behind.
Start procedure has been given for Poland versus Sweden. It is currently 5-3 with the last Swedish win in the last race.
Pepino lost the first position, lost even the second, lost even the third, and is back to to a 1-2-3 situation that was actually not expecting. He's trying to slow down the opponents, but he didn't manage to do it, and is 6-15. No, Amos Bento with a penalty, still a victory for Italy. Is let's see what is in the end.
5 seconds to go for the start over here.
And 9-12. Go for yours. We are finished.
Switch to the full screen for Poland versus Sweden in the last race. 5-3 for Poland. Again, Poland qualifying for the semifinal are going to face Japan, while Italy is going to face France in the semifinals. 4-2-6-1-1, taking the penalty from Harding, allowing Dr. Krul to overtake 4-2-6-1-1 and take that third spot. Shiloh Finn still in first, pole 35, arriving fast. Next to 4-2-6-1-1 is going to have to slow down to avoid the collision. Rommel had a difficult start, it appears. With Dr. Krul and Harding still in a comfortable 2 and 3. So with a 2 and a 3, you have to stay away from the 6. And leave 55, 6, 11, and then that would mean that it's a 1, 4, 5, yeah. So if you have 2 and 3, you have to stay away from the 6. If you have 1 or 2 and a 1 or 3, then you're winning. So final score for Italy versus Switzerland is a 8-1.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Italy. Congratulations to Switzerland as well for putting up the fights. Switzerland will be meeting Germany in the classification round, while Sweden will be meeting Hungary.
Let me check everything before confirming it. I believe you're right. So this one is the wrong one.
Meanwhile, Shiloh Finn still in first is going to start to slow down to lure some of the Swedish in, try to help out his teammates. Dr. Krul is going to slow down as well. Pole 35 is going to try to do a down on Rommel and does that successfully. Harding might take first place from this, as Rommel is still recovering from the penalty from pole 35. Port 2-6-1-1 behind. A lot of bobbing and weaving between pole 35 and Rommel. Pole 35 is going to have to get away from the boundaries as Rommel here takes a penalty. Nice defense from pole 35. Not allowing Rommel to take over, and the Polish want this. They want Rommel to stay in 6 if they can't have the 2 and the 3 spot. As they start the last upwind. Shiloh Finn still in the lead. Dr. Krul and Harding still following.
Yep. So the match will be Switzerland, Germany, and Hungary, Poland.
Switzerland, Germany, and Hungary, Poland. Yep.
No,
I was
correct.
correct. Bonus point for
Hungary,
me.
Sweden. Hungary, Sweden.
Oh, I wasn't correct. No bonus point for me. So Hungary, Sweden versus Germany, Switzerland.
Yeah.
And Italy, France versus Japan, Poland. Finn still in first. We see the boats going very deep into the start zone, so Harding is going to have to follow the boundaries and not go over them if he doesn't want to be slowed down. But he is also in kind of a good spot, being next to the boundaries. You saw the rule 20 over here highlighting. That means basically the boundaries are kind of like an obstacle that you cannot cross. So if another boat is pushing you towards it, then they will eventually be penalized because they're not giving you room to get away from the situation. Port 2611 managed to take third place for a moment before taking the penalty from Harding. But Dr. Krul is still waiting because they need to make sure that they do not finish in the sixth position if they take 2 and 3. Meaning that Harding is going to have to focus on Port 2611 to make sure that he doesn't escape. Dr. Krul is going to try to force Pole 235 into a wider angle, but by doing so, slowed down by quite a bit, and Pole 35 managed to gain some speed.
There are problems in the front with Harding losing Port 2611.
And Harding taking the penalty, so Shiloh Finn taking first. Port 2611 is going to take second. Looks like it's going to be a 6-3 final score for Poland versus Sweden. For Poland.
I told you 6-3, right?
You did say 6-3, yeah. And looks like the rest of the Swedish are abandoning the race. Seeing no way that they could have caught up to a 1 and 2. Well, 1 and 2 is a winning combo no matter what happens behind.
Yeah.
The confirmation of the score on your screen as I quickly update the ranking. So 1, 2, 4 is 7 points for Poland, not Sweden.
Yeah. 7-3 Poland. Congratulations to Poland managing to go in the semifinal. I believe is the second time in a row, right?
For the semifinal for Poland?
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not sure. I wouldn't bet on it. But anyway, let's switch to the overall scoreboard so we can have a look. To all the results, or I'll look at all the results.
Yeah, last time was France versus Poland.
Okay,
the
so
semifinal
Poland managing
versus...
Poland qualifying 2 years in a row into the semifinal. I believe the year before that it was Sweden and not Poland. But there you have it on your screen. It is the opposites.
Uh, 8-1. Yeah, thank you.
And a 6-3, but it's basically the opposite of what you're seeing on your screen right now. It's a 6-3 for, yeah, it is correct now. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
6-3 for Poland versus Sweden, a H1 for Italy versus Switzerland. Sorry, AKZ, I don't speak Polish, so I won't be able to translate this. But that means that first, a big congratulations for Italy and Poland for qualifying for the semifinals. As we mentioned earlier, Poland is going to be facing off against Japan in the semifinals, while Italy is going to be facing off against France. So Italy versus France was the grand final of last year's Nations Cup and the Nations Cup before that, and I believe the Nations Cup before that again.
The Nations Cup before that again was the semifinal.
Was the semifinal? Okay. Well, these teams have met each other numerous times. Sometimes the French winning, sometimes the Italian winning. So it's definitely going to be an interesting match to watch. Switzerland and Sweden on their side, it is not completely over. They can continue in the classification rounds. So Switzerland will be facing off against, we said Germany, and Sweden will be facing off against Hungary in the classification rounds. So classification rounds are going to be happening throughout the next week, up till the 30th of January. For the semifinals, we're going to have one on the 25th and one on the 26th. Or is it the 24th and the 25th?
24, 25, and 31st will be the
grand final.
The grand final. No, the petite, and the first will be the grand.
Yeah, the first is the grand, and the 31st is the bronze final. So Pimpy, when there will be the next matches, well, basically it's just that classification rounds are going to be happening throughout the rest of January. Semi-final 1 is going to be taking place on the 24th. Semi-final 2 is going to be taking place on the 25th. I don't know yet which one between the two is taking place on which date. And after that, we're going to have the bronze final happening on the 31st and the grand final happening on the 1st of February. I guess it's time for us to wrap it up. Again, big congratulations to all the teams here competing. And thank you all for watching. Hope that you have enjoyed. Alberto, thank you so much for hosting this with me. And we'll see you all very soon.
Thank you so much.
And also quickly want to mention the eSailing World Championship continues on. Qualifier 4 is still ongoing until tomorrow at 12 UTC. So if you haven't reached the top 40 yet, you can still have your chance. Knockout is going to be happening on the 25th. So that's the same day of one of the semifinals. So it's going to be an interesting weekend for eSailing that weekend. And yeah, thank you all for watching. It's been Oscar, your host with Alberto, and we wish you a good night. Bye.
Bye bye.